Let's talk modern homes. We're back here as promised. We're on site today. We're in St. Petersburg on our latest project that's going to be done in about 2 weeks. As you guys can see, we got a lot of people working in here and we do a lot of finish work. We're at the last 2 weeks of finishing it. I'm here with Eddie, our senior construction manager at Argent Homes. Welcome, Eddie.
Thank you again for having me. I'm glad to be a part of Argent Home as always. And I'm glad you guys are here watching the podcast in relation to what we're doing here with these modern homes.
So Eddie, tell me a little bit about what we're doing outside today. We got a lot of stuff going on. We got a lot of people, a lot of cars. Well, what's going on here?
So yeah, as you can see, we're still underway in our construction aspect. We're getting very close to finishing this home. As you said earlier, we're within 2 weeks of finishing. This is basically crunch time for us now. We're finalizing the outside, doing our landscaping. You know, to our right, we've got a beautiful arrangement of different type of trees, flowers that we're going to be putting throughout so that we can go ahead and fill the front of the home. That way it doesn't just have the modern look, but it also matches the landscaping throughout the area. As far as the driveways go, we got the guys doing full grading so that we can come and get the sod going. We've got lights that are not your typical lights outside. And
these we want to talk about these lights as well. These are weatherproof. They're metal. They're not plastic. These are very high quality lights. They come with a 10-year warranty and very, very nice. And they're all controllable by our Control 4 system as well that we're going to show you inside. Now, as far as also we're doing the irrigation, and we did this beautiful circle driveway, so it's easy to come in and out from this house, you know. Tell them about a little bit about the driveway. What we do use concrete, wire mesh.
So
what's the PSI on the concrete that we use? So
when we do our modern homes, we don't just worry about the design of the home itself. We also do all the aesthetics for everything outside the home. For instance, as Laith just mentioned, our sidewalks, we hold a high value of PSI between 3,500 to 4,500 depending on what we're doing. We do our 4-inch thickness for our sidewalks. We add our wire mesh. You know, in some cases we even throw some rebar depending on where the condition is going to be at. But we like to keep a consistent flow. As you can see, somebody's going to come in, drive around. They can either park or just drive through and have like a circular feeling, which gives you a more feeling that you have a lot more space in the front.
Yeah, and obviously with these city lots, parking is limited, so we give you a lot more space to park multiple cars. Obviously we got inside the garage that we also can put a lift inside the garage, and then we can put multiple cars on the driveway. Now behind us also there's a lot of finishes as far as composite wood that we install. This looks like wood. It doesn't go bad with the weather. You don't need to maintain it. You don't need to oil it. You don't need to paint it. You don't need to stain it. So it's very, how do I say this? It's very
super maintenance free.
Maintenance free. That's
maintenance free.
I like that.
It's maintenance free because at the end of the day, you're gonna get a potential buyer that come buy the house. They don't want to worry about having to come out here and clean this all the time. So we took that in consideration when we did our design. You know, use all tiles on the outside, or even our stucco finishes are pristine, you know, so that way.
This is smooth finish that we did on the stucco, which 100%. Looks beautiful. And
100%.
Smooth finish is basically very flat, very smooth, unlike knockdown or
very sandy finishes.
Yeah, or sand finish.
Correct.
As you guys can see, we got a pivot door behind me. It's huge. We'll open it when we get a little bit closer, but we got floor to ceiling windows. We got a flat roof that is made with commercial materials. We got TPO. We use the 60 mil with tapered insulation. So not only the house is from the ceiling, from the inside is insulated, but also from above it, from the exterior is also insulated.
Correct.
And behind you is a beautiful garage door.
Can't miss the door. I mean, that door is gorgeous. I mean, the door matches what our aesthetic look is for the front of the house. So
Yeah.
it was a good selection in design. I think our designer plus Argent Home did a fantastic job doing this particular design here.
And everything that you guys see in here is made by a professional design team, professional engineers. We have a big team. You might see 2 people on here on screen today, but this house is a lot of effort from a lot of people, and we have a very talented people that we work with, and we're really appreciative of every single one of them. Let's go inside.
Let's go.
Crazy pivot door right here. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, again, at Argent Homes, we are very particular about keeping the modern home look. Just compare yourself to the door. This door is massive.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at you. I mean, a standard typical door in a standard home may just be a 3-foot door or 6-foot wide door. I mean, this beautiful thing goes from floor to ceiling. I mean, the way it pivots, you would think this door would be so hard to open. I'm doing this with 1 finger. You know, I mean, yes, the door may not have handles yet because we're currently under construction, and those are items we don't want to scratch, we don't want to damage, because these are hard to find items.
Correct, yeah.
On top of that, this has a multi-lock system where when you lock this door, it locks on the bottom, locks here, locks on top, as you can see.
Got 1, 2, 3, and 4.
So what does that mean? That this door is super secure. What about the glass?
Well, the glass is impact rated. So again, we live in Florida. We got hurricane that comes in. All this glass, you don't need to put any plywood on it. Just like the rest of the windows that we have in this house. It's all impact rated windows and doors.
Which is fantastic. Well, we call it the missile test.
The missile test, yeah. And we can walk into this right here. Obviously, we got the foyer and the dining area. Dining area is, we got, again, 16-foot ceiling in here. We got level 5 finished drywall, and then the windows as well. And these windows are massive, and I'm not 6 feet, but these are massive windows. Tell us a little bit about the drywall. So what's the difference between a level 5 finish versus a level 3 or like an orange peel? What are we talking about when we say level 5 finish?
So when we say level 5 is, we look for the drywall to look like one giant sheet. I'm trying to explain it as easy as possible so I don't throw none of the users audience out. So a level 5 is a consistent touch of feel throughout the entire wall, where you don't feel or see the tape, you don't feel technically any of the drywall bumps, you don't see any of the nail marks. Obviously you see them now because what are we doing? We're touching up.
Final touch-ups, yeah.
We're doing final touch-ups. So we'll end up having our painters come back in, they'll paint the wall, we'll get our cleaning company in, and that'll be the last of the trades coming in so we can worry about any additional damages or any other additional touches. But then again, we'll do what we do at Argent Homes. We do our final walkthrough inspection, and if there's anything we find, we fix it.
Take care of it. Yeah.
Correct. So like Leif did mention, we do have floor to ceiling windows. But what else do we have with the windows? A lot of users might say, oh, what are the cables hanging out for? What do you think the cables are for?
I think it's for motorized shades.
We got it.
Yeah, so we pre-wire all our windows and doors that are big, that we do it with motorized shades. So when our clients come into the house, they can just select the fabric and the company will come in and install the motors with the fabric, and that's it. So they don't have to come in, cut drywall, rerun wires. We already have the panel upstairs. Everything is pre-done. It's just your selection of fabric. What do you like?
So would you consider this to be a smart home? Or
I would consider this to be a smart home.
I agree. Yeah. I agree with you 100%.
And let me tell you a little bit why. Well, actually, I would like to go to where the smart equipment is, and then we can talk about it. So I'm gonna postpone that for like 5 minutes, maybe.
Perfect.
Yeah. But as you can see, we got also chandeliers that are designer chandeliers, designer light fixtures, plumbing fixtures as well, and then we'll talk about that in our round. But I would like to turn the camera behind you And let's talk about the stairs, Eddie, because this is one of my favorite stuff. And then even in construction, as you know, we are over building this massive steel right here. So do you want to tell us about the steel in here?
So as you can see, you know, to our audience, you know, our standard stairs that you would see would normally be either made out of concrete or wood. Ours are made out of full steel. They're, as you can see, you don't see a connection anywhere here other than your lower base plate, and you don't even see a connection up top so that you can see any of the hardware. So we try to conceal these stairs as much as possible and make them true floating stairs. But on top of making them floating, we get these nice 3-inch thick treads, and Lath himself here was the one that picked this beautiful finish. You know, we may pick a finish from the designer, but sometimes we do make some field changes because, of course, as you're seeing things being put together, we make it better.
Yeah. Now this is obviously, this is all stained. So when we stain this, we try to match the flooring upstairs. We take multiple samples. The company actually stain it. They give us samples with multiple stains, and we select the one that we like the best. And also the grains. There's different ways of doing stairs that are 3 inches. There's sometimes they glue them together. So you'll see multiple 2x4s basically all glued together, and we don't like that. We want to see a piece of wood with grains, so you don't see multiple lines, vertical lines. And that added an additional cost for us, but again, it's something that is unique. It's something that we enjoy building, high quality, and sometimes it's in the little stuff like
That's
this
where
one,
it counts.
you know? Even the steel, this is an overkill for this area. We could have easily used aluminum.
Oh, 100%.
But this is the best way to do it with.
This is 100%.
It's solid. When you walk on it, it doesn't shake, it doesn't bounce, you don't feel anything.
Correct.
You know?
Correct.
And let's not forget about this beautiful glass. You know?
I mean, as you can, as just to pick off where you left with the glass, even the glass is custom.
Correct.
Because these glass is templated.
Correct.
After the treads are made, our glass company comes in, they template it in order to keep the same distances between the glass, between the edges. So we tend to try to keep everything as symmetric as possible. Why? Because it gives us a gorgeous aesthetic look.
Correct.
Handrails.
And even to take off on that with the glass, you can see this cut. This is not a normal cut. So we usually you will see glass railing that is cut this way. However, this is a way cooler looking, in my opinion, than just a straight piece of glass.
Correct, correct.
Handrails in here, you know, we're trying to match everything like with the windows. All our metal trim is black. So we come in here and continue that finish all the way around. So in here we're in the office, which is a beautiful office. I wish the door was a little bit closed, so we have a hidden door in there. But to talk about a smart home, we have a light control system in this house. And as you can see in here, we got a keypad that is glass, made out of glass, instead of your regular Decora switches. In here we got a glass keypad with multiple buttons, so I can click office and you can see it lights up in here as well. And then we also got a button all the way down to shades to operate the shades up and down. But behind Eddie is where the brains of the house is. We got our guys in here working on it, but let's talk about the Control 4 system with the rack in here.
So as you can see, all our houses, all our smart houses are wired with our typical Cat 5, Cat 6 cable, which is generally what's used. Why we use that cable? Because one single stranded cable can do multiple things for us. It saves us on time, space, and having to run the cable so many times. But we got this gorgeous rack in what we call our rack closet or allocated location. And that rack basically controls the whole house, everything from speakers connections to our motorized windows, our switches.
So yeah, it's basically the brains, like I was saying earlier. So everything in here connects to an iPad basically around the house, and it also connects to your phone. So you can control the shades, you can control the speakers, and we got multiple zones for speakers. So if you want the whole house to be playing the same song, you can. And if you want to separate the rooms and you can play something different in the office and play some Frank Sinatra, smoke a cigar, and then in the kitchen there's some different music that is playing, which is beautiful because it's something that we give you the option of doing that multi-zone system. Other than that, we got you can add to this rack as well. So if you have equipment as a DVR or a PlayStation or anything of that nature, you can put it in here and it's already pre-wired to where the TVs are.
Correct.
Now, other than the speakers and stuff like that, this is the door that I was talking to you about. So it's a hidden door, and then it takes you to the snacks room.
So Leif, I know we spoke about the smart home systems and being able to control everything from shades to windows. I mean, everything. What else do we have in this house that is considered smart, or maybe not smart, but the fanciest, most high-tech items that people need in the showers?
Oh, we're gonna get there. We got Kohler, digital Kohler plumbing fixtures, which is also you can operate it via your phone. It's an app. You can literally be in bed in the morning, click one button, shower turns on at the temperature that you want it, and it's all digitalized. And we're gonna show you that in the primary bathroom. However, talking about smart features as well and smart equipment, we got the best technology in water heaters and the best technology in AC as well. Now I'm gonna open this closet right here. We don't have a handle yet, but so in here we got one of the most advanced new technology in the market for water heaters. This is an instant water heater, but also has a tank, so you cannot go wrong with that. You got both the protection of you have water in the tank,
endless hot water. Literally endless hot water. Yep.
And we also use Trane equipment for all our AC units. I don't know if you know much about Trane, but Trane is the leading industry equipment for AC units. But we got a lot of stuff to cover. We'll talk about especially about water heaters and AC equipment in another episode, just specializing when the walls are open and we can actually talk, or when the walls and the ceiling is open, so we can talk about the HVAC system, duct system, and all the plumbing and why it doesn't make a difference, because we do a lot of MEP work before we even start construction.
Correct.
Let's talk about the kitchen.
It's one of my favorite places.
Well, that's because you love food.
Oh, you know it. I am definitely a foodie.
Yeah, Eddie is the guy that you cannot compete or win a competition with on food. He will eat.
Yeah, I'll eat everything on the plate. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the kitchen, Eddie.
So here you have an open concept design on the kitchen. I mean, everything in this kitchen, from the tops to the cabinets to the hardware to the fixtures to including our lighting fixtures, has a purpose. As you can see, our handles for our cabinets have been specifically selected from vendors from technically all over the world. These are companies that you can't go to Home Depot and pick any of these things up. These are all technically a built to suit or a custom order. For instance, these handles here have the same texture and same finish as how we have our faucets and our lamps.
Let's zoom in on this handle so they can see the texture on it.
All these handles are machined. I mean, you can only achieve this by machining these handles. It gives you this contour, this amazing feel. I can get used to grabbing these doors, not like my typical doors, or you could get your standard plastic or your everyday use stuff you buy at Home Depot.
Now let's talk about appliances a little bit. I mean, we got a really cool wine cooler in here.
I mean,
we got a Thermador wine cooler, and it can hold more bottles than I can even count.
I mean, everything. Even you point out a good thing. We're using Thermador, but even when you guys or Argent Home does our selection of equipment, we try to match interior finishes from one to the other as possible. If the insides of one are black, we try to keep the other ones black. So we aesthetically, it doesn't always happen,
yeah,
but that's always something that we take an extra step in making sure, because the last thing you want to do is have a gorgeous piece of equipment and then you have your standard finish in your refrigerator.
Correct.
Not these. How about the refrigerator?
We can go around and show them from the coffee machine, this is one of my favorite items. In here we got a generic coffee machine. It's not plugged in yet. Otherwise, it has an LCD. It has a LCD screen in here, and it can make cappuccinos, lattes, hot water for tea. I love tea, but also the lattes and the cappuccinos from here is amazing. You can plug in the milk to it, and this is one of the only coffee machine that you can actually grind the beans in it. And also, if you would choose to have powder, you can also use powder in it instead of grinding meat. Now, you talked a little bit about the island, but this is massive. I mean, this is quartz, and it's a leather finish, so it's not a shiny finish. It's leather, and we don't have one seam in this. This is a jumbo slab that we selected purposely for this application. We don't like seams, so we try to keep everything as seamless as possible. And then you got this beautiful cooking area where you got an induction cooktop. Tell us a little bit about the induction cooktop. I mean, these things are really cool.
So the induction cooktop is basically your new. It's not new, but it's definitely what's preferred. Why? Because you can have kids in here, this can be on, and you can run your hand across the entire surface of it and they will not get burned. Why? Because the induction system works based off specific, say, pots and pans. And it's that chemical between the pots and the induction that actually cause the heat to react on the pot. So
it's magnetic. It's magnetic field that is between the elements that are inside the induction cooktop and the pots, like you were saying. But also the cool thing about this, you can see that there's lines in here. So you can put the pot right here, or you can get a bigger pan that goes all the way around. And since it's magnetic, it's gonna catch to it, and it will work, and it will heat evenly. And that is one of the things that are really cool about that. Is the even distribution of heat. And we got
no more burning of the rice.
Yeah, no more burning of the rice.
Like I normally do. But let's talk about the fixture.
Yeah, these are Kohler fixtures, and these are really cool. This is obviously a pot filler in here, and it makes life easy when you're making pasta or you're making rice or something. You don't have to be picking up the heavy pot from here all the way there. You can just fill it up right there, and life is easy. We try to make the house as convenient as possible. We don't want the family that is living here to be struggling with anything, even if you're a kid, and I know you have kids, so like pasta night, you don't want them to be dragging pots all over. They can fill it right there, you know.
100%.
And the panels above you, these are acrylic. These are really cool panels. These are custom. And one of the reasons that we did this in here, and instead of just a big giant piece of tile, is we have to have access to the hood. And the only way we were able to achieve that is with making this a custom piece to operate, you know, so we can access the hood and can be serviceable. And then you got different colors. This is also a metallic finish, but behind you we got real wood veneer floor to ceiling with a grain match. Show them the grain match, Eddie. Like this is really cool. That's behind
so
you.
Leif brings up a really good point. You know, when we say custom modern, this is basically it. This is all grain to match. So if you able to zoom in a little bit so that the audience can see, this is all wood grain to match. So as you can look at it, the grains are flowing up, but so is the next panel also flowing up. All the patterns basically match. This is not like your what we would call like a veneer finish in per se the laminate. It's not a laminate. This is real. I mean, this is as nice as it's gonna get. This is all 3/4 inch thick, not your 1/2 inch, which you normally find on a standard cabinet. It's not pegboard or what's the other name we would like to use that we don't use?
Oh yeah, we don't use any of that in here. This is all stained as well. So all this is real wood veneer with the staining on it. Just really cool. Actually, this stain took the cabinet manufacturer, which they're very, very talented cabinet manufacturer. It took them. This is a blend of 5 stains to achieve this color. Our designer, she's again very talented, and she wants the best of the best. And if it's a shade different, she will get these guys to remix it and respray it, and it came out super, super nice. And if you come around from this side, I would like to show you a couple of things that we have in here. We got all our appliances are built in, such as the dishwasher. And there's dishwashers, there's different dishwashers. This one is from Jenner as well. And what makes a good dishwasher is the stainless steel tub. There's different tubs with a dishwasher. It can come with a plastic tub or a stainless steel tub. So this is a very high-end dishwasher. It's very, very quiet, and it has multiple racks. Got 3 racks in here. And all these are adjustable as well.
I do have a question, Leif.
Yeah.
Some of the users might be asking, what are these little round pieces here? I'm gonna let you give us a little bit additional insight. Hey, that's a secret compartment.
Yeah, this one, we got a little outlet in here. So obviously you don't wanna see it. Plug it in right here and you don't see it. And the reason that we use these outlets in here, so we don't mess up this beautiful continuation of quartz in here. The last thing you want is to have an outlet in here. By code, you need to have an outlet for the islands, and also it's for convenience, but we try to hide it so you don't see it from anywhere where you're walking around, and we do not disturb the stone itself, because this is a very precious stone in my opinion. Tell us a little bit about the sink. That's not a standard sink either.
This is definitely not your standard sink. If you take a look inside, I'm not sure how close you can zoom in, but the finish is not your standard stainless steel look or your black look. I mean, this finish here almost matches our tops. And again, everything that's selected on our modern homes is pre-thought, it's pre-designed. You know, it takes us a little bit longer to get a modern home fully designed. Why? Because we want to keep that true definition of modern. Yeah. So with that, we look for the best fixtures, the best of the best that we can possibly get to keep the color flowing, to keep the items looking like they're supposed to look. Like, you're not going to get black handles on one side and gold on the other. We try to keep the aesthetic going, like right now, 100% consistent.
What I like about that, it's made out of granite. You know, it's gorgeous. You cannot rake it, you cannot dent it, you know, and you cannot scratch it. That's one thing that is really cool. You know, the stainless steel
last forever. Yeah,
stainless steel sinks always scratch and
they rust out. Yeah. I mean, they say stainless doesn't rust out, but after throwing knives in it and whatever, getting little dings in that, they tend to rust out here and there. That'll never rust out on anybody. That might outlive some of the other stuff.
Yeah. We got a microwave in here. The microwave is drawer microwave. Again, it's made by Jenner. It's not connected yet. Basically, there's multiple options on it. You click open, it comes out. And this is, I really like this, especially when you're making soup. You know, the last thing you want is to reach up and get your soup out. This one is like, you have it in there, you stir it a little bit, you know, and then you close it back and reheat or whatever you need to do. But also behind you, we got beautiful refrigerator. This is a generic column, and the interior of this is beautiful. You got the black finish interior, which is one thing that we really like, but also you got the LED that is going around it. You can see the light, it's going all the way up, all the way across, and all the way down. And everything in this refrigerator is very high-end. I mean, you got metal and glass. This is not plastic. None of these things in here are plastic. And then from this column you transfer to the freezer, and it matches.
How about tell them a little bit about how come these refrigerators, the paneling matches?
Oh, so yeah, that's another thing that we do in all our houses. We do panelized appliances. So you don't see, you don't see that there is a fridge in here or a freezer. We put panels on top of them, and instead of using stainless steel appliances like the face to be stainless steel or different colors, we rather just make them hidden. And they just blend in with the kitchen very well, you know? You don't see
If you wouldn't have told me that was a refrigerator and freezer, I would have figured it out eventually. I would have had to open every single cabinet or look for them.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty about it. So
the concealment of this just makes it just gives us such a clean, modern look in reality.
And behind you, the guys just finished putting this up. I mean, I don't know if you saw them on the camera a little bit earlier, but they just put the iPad in here. You know, I don't want to touch too many stuff in here, but this is the Control 4 and the keypad as well. And then we got smart train thermostat as well. And by the way, all these appliances are connected to Wi-Fi as well. So even the wine fridge is connected to Wi-Fi. So it will send you a notification if it goes out. And why do you go out? Just to, if you have something that needs to be always temperature controlled. There's a lot of expensive bottles out there, and if you need to keep it under temperature control, it is very important to get that notification. I know you're a wine guy as well.
Oh man, I like my wine a little chilled. A lot of people like room temperature, but the fact that you have that thermidor, you can set the temperature that you want.
Correct.
So,
and if it turns off, it sends you a notification like, hey, come save your wine. Another thing that we have in here that we talked a little bit about AC, these linear vents. And obviously we're doing some drywall patches and things of that nature, but we got linear vents, and all the way across in this area we have speakers. We have speakers all over the house, but they're all hidden inside the ceiling behind the drywall. You don't even see them.
Not at all.
Which is funny because it's Halloween and it's spooky season, so you can turn them on and nobody knows that you have speakers in here. Like, where are these ghost sounds coming from? And let's talk about this fireplace right here. This beautiful, massive.
Well, this is one of two of my favorite ones throughout.
I wonder if I can.
We can probably slide it down over a little bit. Let me unlock it. Yes. What makes this fireplace unique?
This is what makes it unique.
So as you can see, you know, this is a custom piece. These are all large format pieces. You basically see 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces basically, plus the bottom one. As far as what does it not have? Multiple seams.
Correct. Yeah. So this is 5 by 10 pieces of tile. They come on a what is it called, the angle.
The trolleys, the angle trolleys that carry your typical big huge pieces.
Yeah, these are massive pieces. You got like 4 guys moving one piece of tile, and then now you're getting on a scaffold that is this high, basically 2-story, to install that one. It's take meticulous craftsmanship. The guys that we have installing these are real craftsmen. These are the best of the best. You can even see tell us about the 45-degree cuts, you know.
So
over here.
One of the things that we at Argent Homes do a lot is, and this is actually a perfect place to show you an example, If you see here, we have a trim piece here. Most locations, or maybe other locations, this is what you would see along the edges. We don't do that. We actually have I'm gonna call them tile masters, because the guy, he's fantastic. But what we do is he hand cuts both sides of these pieces at a 45. The reason for that is why? Because when they put them together, you don't have a different type of fixture or color on the edges. So it makes it look like it's a full wraparound, almost like the waterfall feature that we did on the kitchen countertops.
Correct, on the island.
On the island.
It looked really cool. Now in here we're also gonna have a fireplace that is gonna be installed in here, and we're gonna show it to you upstairs. We have another one that is already installed, but these fireplaces are really cool. They have ethanol fuel that you need, so it doesn't smell, it doesn't make a lot of fumes. It doesn't even need a ventilation for this one. But also we're in Florida, we don't really use them a lot, but it's a really cool feature because it has real fire, you know, and it looks amazing when it's turned on.
Well, yeah, we're in Florida, like you say, but we do have our little chilly months where it may get to, I'm gonna say 40 degrees for about 30 minutes, and that's about it.
Yeah, well, but you come from up north. So
I'm from up north. I like the cold.
Yeah, he's used to it.
Yeah, but again, it gives the client or the potential homeowner the satisfaction that they have a fireplace. You know, it is a cool feature. Some days, hey, Halloween, spooky season, if they would have had a TV mounted here,
correct,
they can be here with their families, turn the fireplace on and watch.
You can make marshmallows on it.
Yeah, watch a scary movie.
Wow.
You know, that it just all flows. It makes it feel more cozy. You know, to me, that's a plus. It's a big plus.
And on both sides of the fireplace, we got these hidden doors, and this is not completed yet, but basically when these doors are closed, you're not gonna see that there is a door. So we haven't finished this feature. We're probably gonna get to it next week, and there's gonna be basically like a whole tower that is coming all the way up, and the doors are gonna be hidden behind it. If you see the renderings that we have for this area, you will see it in there. But probably next week we're gonna have it done, and then we can show it on camera. That's gonna be looking really nice. I'm really excited for that project as well.
Oh, 100%. I think this is gonna be the icing to the cake for this section.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna make the fireplace just pop out. It's just gonna make it look 100% complete. Yeah. I can't wait for it. I would like to see once it's done and finalized, and maybe get my own photos in front of it, because it does look great. It looks fantastic.
Yeah. What is behind you, Eddie? That's a mystery door.
This is a mystery door. So I'm not sure how everybody may feel, but sometimes I get a little lazy.
Yeah.
And I may not want to walk up and down the stairs. So what do we have here? Each of our homes has your own personal elevator. And what makes this one very specific, let me see, no, I would have to call the button. You call it, here's your elevator. But this one goes down to the garage. So it gives you accessibility. So for instance, you know, whoever's coming home with the groceries, whether it be the mom, the dad, the nanny, whoever, who wants to come up with that many groceries up the stairs or whatever? Yeah, there ain't that many, but throw them in the elevator, hit the button, come in the elevator, take them all out. Yeah, tell us about the floor a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah, so this is also a full piece. This is one piece of tile. This is actually, again, a 5x10 foot tile that we cut to just put one piece in the elevator. It looks awesome. All these veining in it. It has popped colors. We got a lot of the black in it, just like our screen in here. Even this elevator have a touch screen, and we got, even though this is a 2-story house, it has 3 levels. The first level, like Eddie was saying, it's the garage level. So this technology is very cool. You don't see this a lot with LED screens. Now, behind me, there's cool thing as well in here. We got the powder bath.
Actually, we do have the powder bath, but maybe the users didn't just see what just happened. What do we have in here?
Got motion sensors. So you walk in, you don't even need to touch anything. Motion sensors turn on the lights, you know. And we got also a beautiful mirror that is with an LED light. And then we got wall-mounted faucet by Kohler and an infinity. How do you describe it, Eddie? I mean, you have the great description.
I was amazed. I was amazed. I mean, I can't standing from in here. I know the viewers can't maybe see it as clear as we can, but I can't tell where the ceiling meets the walls. Why? It gives that black look. Just gives it that infinity look. The lights themselves, all the covers for them are painted to match the ceiling. So in reality, the only thing you see in the ceiling is just the light itself. Yeah. I mean, it looks amazing. Not only did we paint it black, but it matches our fixtures. It matches the trim on the mirrors. It matches our water closet or toilet, as some of you may know what the name of it is. We don't have it in place yet because actually, you know, we're finalizing it, but it will be there within the next week or so. Yeah. But I mean, this bathroom is amazing. Let's talk to them about the tile, because that's really where the
and here you can see the book match tile. You can see the these in here, and you can see if you stand over there, you can see very well all the book match tile in here.
That's hard. That's something that you don't often see in other new builds.
No, there's these are all customized items. There's a lot of stuff in here that is above and beyond than your normal. Even you can turn behind you. There's another. This is a security screen in here with the camera. So again, you got plenty of cool stuff in here. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about the door as well. So our doors are solid core doors, and you can see in here these doors are very heavy. They're solid. We got even 4 hinges on one door. They're 8-foot doors, and they're extremely heavy, but they're also solid core. So it reduces noise and it reduces and so you can be in your bedroom talking or watching TV and nobody's listening to you.
Correct.
Let's go upstairs.
Let's go upstairs. Let's go up and down these stairs. Let's show them. Yeah. How about we both walk up the stairs and then we let our amazing videographer show the movement of the steps as we're going up. They're solid.
Eddie, you know there is no movement. Oh. By the way, we like Ramboard a lot. They're a great company. We use them for protection on our floors. We use them for our stairs. They're one of the best companies that makes floor protection and stair protection. And let's walk this way. I would like to show, I would like to show you this beautiful chandelier.
So at least now from where we're standing, we can actually see it better in detail.
Well, this chandelier, we also have a video of it when we're hanging it. This chandelier weighs about 300 pounds. So it's very challenging to get up to the ceiling. This is about 24 feet ceiling right here. But it was a great time. It was fun, and we had to bring the crank machine and another scaffold and about 4 guys to install it.
So it was all worth it, because you know what? This looks beautiful.
Amazing.
It looks beautiful, yeah.
When the lights are dim at night, this thing looks amazing, and it's we calculated the height so you can see it from the window. So when you stand outside, you can see that chandelier looking amazing.
It looks great. It looks fine, and again, it also matches our fixtures.
Correct. Yeah. Where are we at?
Oh, this is my favorite area of the house. It's all amazing, but I probably wouldn't leave this entire area. Why? This is the primary suite. And what's in the primary suite? I told you guys I'm a big foodie guy. We have our own little sink bar area. Again, no need to leave your room if you're thirsty. If you got a plate that you came upstairs with, leave it in here, or whatever the case is. But
can you have ice cream in here?
Oh man, that's my favorite. I'm watching movies and I put a little bit of ice cream. But look at this. You couldn't even tell there's a little mini fridge in here. Tell us about the mini fridge.
So this is a really cool product again by Janair. It's a drawer system that has two functions. The upper one is a fridge, so you can have grapes, you can have beverages, and then at the bottom we got a freezer. So this is where you got even an ice maker in here, and so you got ice, but also you can put ice cream or any other thing that needs to be freeze. Yeah. What else we got?
Well, here we have our fixtures.
Yeah. So we got an antique mirror in here that is really cool. This is not a dirty mirror. This is what actually it looks. It has a very unique characteristics in it, and it's antique. That's what it's called. And we have an LED light embedded in it as well. And behind you, Eddie, we got this beautiful area. Gotta actually close this door so you can. So, Eddie, one thing that you were telling me about yesterday or the other day, where are the lights in here? You know,
so it's a secret.
I want to know where the lights are.
It's a super secret. So, again, we go back to the modern home that we strive to build. The cabinets are gorgeous. What do you see sometimes? You know, you don't want to be tacky. You don't want to make things look out of proportion. All our lights are inside all our bars. So I'm not sure how close you can get in here, but all the undersides of these all light up. It gives you more than enough lighting. I mean, it just makes it look super clean, super concealed, super hidden. And it's just another feature of something that we like to do.
Yeah.
Why? Because again, we want to keep everything modern. Everything from our fixtures in here to even the tile selections, and even the grain or the type or even color of cabinets we use in these rooms in comparison to what we showed you downstairs.
Now another thing, as you can see, these are floor to ceiling closets as well. You know, it's very nice, it's very clean. You don't need to have cleaning above the cabinet. It goes all the way to the ceiling, which I really like. Let's walk that way, and this is we got a cool primary suite in here. So this is the primary bathroom, and we got a lot of cool stuff going on in here. It's not completed yet, but we're gonna have a double vanity in here. Even the sinks are made from the same quartz that we're using for the countertop, so it's integrated sinks that are built into the furniture. We got also wall-hung, wall-mounted faucets, and a wall-hung toilet that is on the other side. Got digital valves for all the color fixtures. So in here, you got the shower fixtures. We got body jets. We got a shower head. Got a rain shower. We also got a telephone or a handheld. And we got this digital valve. So this has an LED screen that turns on, and you can do a touch screen in here, and you can use it to turn on different fixtures. But also you can use it from your phone, and you can use it from here as well. So we gave you another option, so when you're walking in, you don't need to be under the water, you can turn it on. But there's something that is really cool that me and Eddie really like, which is the tub in here. Tell us a little bit about this black tub right here.
So obviously, as you can see in the picture, where are the fixtures? How do you fill the water on this standalone tub? That's a tricky question. You need to look up. Our water fills, this tub fills from a ceiling mounted, I would say, spout. The water basically just comes down. Also a product made by Kohler. And it's something that we offer that's modern. So in addition to that, I'm not sure if you noticed in the background how the windows change between two colors. We try to keep everything as private as possible. If you want to come in and take a shower and you want privacy, basically it looks like this. You don't see outside, they don't see you inside. Why? There's a special film that's on here that's charged, so that when you add current to it, they basically electrify and makes it basically a see-through panel. Now, if you're not taking a shower, you can see outside.
And this is all with technologies that we implement in our houses. You know, these things are, we see them in different trade shows, or we see them in the Orlando Builder Show or in Vegas, and we are always above the curve, and we always want to innovate. So when we see something that we like, we want to implement it into our houses, and we bring it in here. So if it doesn't matter if it's from overseas or if it's from the state, we definitely make sure the quality is good, but also we bring it in here. We don't have anything stopping us from innovating. You know?
Correct, from staying modern, per se. So again, I'm gonna say it again, this is definitely one of my favorite areas in the house. Why? Because like Leif explained earlier, our Kohler fixtures are all digital. It's just everything is just state of the art. And as you can see, everything is designed to match. You don't see them on yet, but the fixtures for the water here, or for the faucets, are black. They match all our fixtures in the showers. They match our tubs. I mean, everything has been truly designed.
Let's talk about the toilet, Eddie. We got the toilet in here. We got some stuff covering it, but this toilet also is really cool. It doesn't take as much space with the tank. It's a wall-hung toilet. And I really like those because you know, with the tank and stuff like that, you got a lot of mess in there. With these, it's a clean design. It's very elegant. It's minimalistic. That's what I like about it.
But what's one thing that these toilets have an advantage over a normal toilet? A normal toilet has your typical butterfly section on the inside where you have your float, and you constantly hear it filling. You ain't hearing these fill because it's pretty much silent. They fill behind the wall. You barely hear like you would hear a typical standard toilet at a different home.
Correct. Yeah.
You know, I mean, I know when I hear my toilets fill, I'm like, man, is this thing gonna get quiet anytime soon?
Oh, it's time for you to get some Kohler fixtures.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Now, this is where the bedroom is. But in this bedroom, we got the vanity that we're talking about. It's that is going for the top on the primary bathroom. So this is what I was talking to you about. The countertop and the sinks were made from the same material. So we took this quartz and we cut it, we mitered it at different angles, and obviously we got some very talented installers and fabricators that makes this happen and make our vision come true. This is all seamless, and it goes all the way to the bottom of the sink. And in here we're gonna have mitered edges that goes at a waterfall angle as well. Eddie, what's behind you?
So, remember I said downstairs that the fireplace downstairs is one of my favorite? Well, this is my true favorite. Why? Because how can you not love this? As Leif explained earlier, this is what the ethanol bioflame or biofuel system looks like. Basically, you crack these open like this, you pour your fuel inside and you light it. There's no need for venting. As you can see, there's no vent here. Why? Because it burns clean. So it's basically odorless. It's not like your typical gas where you're gonna have some kind of fume burn off or in that sense you will need venting. This is really state of the art. What do you think about the tile?
Oh, I want to show them this angle right here. I mean, as you can see, the tile guy did a great job continuing these veining all the way around. You still need to do some touch-ups in here, but this is going great. You know, you can see the veining continuation. It's really cool. He did an amazing job.
I have a question for you, Leif.
Yeah.
You may be the right man with the answers. So why do we have 2 units, or why do we have 2 hot water heaters in, and in some cases maybe even more?
Multiple, yeah. So obviously one thing that irritates us is when you're at the bathroom and you're trying to wash your hands and 30 seconds later you still don't have hot water. So our primary suite has a dedicated water heater. Again, is the highest and newest technology that you can get. And this is dedicated just for the primary suite. So you can turn all the fixtures that we just saw in there. You can be filling the tub and running both faucets in the vanity, and you will not have to wait 30 seconds or a minute or nothing to be getting hot water.
It's almost instant at this point.
Almost instant.
Not only instant, but we can leave them on all day, and it's gonna have, if our fixtures are set at 100 degrees, because I know Leith explained it, but just to go into more details, you can set the fixtures from your phone and say, I want to go take a hot shower. I want the water to be 105 degrees. You could go on your phone and preset it. When you get in your tub or you get in the shower area, it's 105 degrees.
And the cool part about that, you can actually make also like how you put your car seat as a user. So you can register users in there. So let's say you like you're showering different versus your wife, right? So let's say you like it at 105, but she likes it at 120 or 140, because most women do. They want burning water in there for some reason.
Well, we have the capabilities of keeping everybody happy, and the good thing is this home has multiple bathrooms, as you explained earlier. You have your own hot water here. So if you've got 3 kids and each of them are using the other bathrooms or showers, you'll never know that there's other people in this house showering. Why? You're never gonna lose water pressure because we upsize our lines to compensate for tanks and multiple bathroom usage.
Correct. Yeah.
But you're never gonna run out of hot water. I mean, never. I mean,
and again, behind you there we got the smart control system. We got the iPad. This is by also Control 4. It's not an iPad, but something similar to that. And then this controls everything for Control 4 as well. And we got plenty of speakers in here. I think we got actually 4 speakers in this area right here that you don't even see in the ceiling. The ceiling is clean. Around that chandelier we got 2 speakers, but it's not visible to the naked eye, and you would never see them.
I mean, not only will you not see them, but when you turn these speakers on, the sound quality that you're gonna get out of these, it's gonna make you feel like you're at a concert.
These are actually, in my opinion, these are better speakers than the one that you see. There's a lot of concern from people when they say, okay, well, your speakers are behind the walls. Are they gonna sound good? Are they gonna sound clear? These are amazing speakers. These are actually almost twice the cost as a regular speaker. They have a great sound, and we can actually demonstrate it when the guys are done. I don't think they're gonna be done today, but we can demonstrate it another time. Let's go outside, Eddie. Eddie's might be, this is his favorite place. Mine is outside, and I'll show you why in a second. So in here we got a zen, in my opinion. This is paradise. You got palm trees all over that is giving you a lot of privacy. It's beautiful. It gives you also shade, but also behind us, which is not done. Eddie, tell us a little bit about this area.
So I know,
since you're the grill master.
Oh man, I love to grill. I mean, I haven't grilled in a few weeks.
Well,
but
you're about to in 2 weeks.
Oh, we're about to. So I know I said the bathroom is my favorite place. It is, but this area here is definitely my second favorite. I mean, we custom design everything when it comes to a modern home, to include the outdoor kitchen. I'm gonna give you a little bit more explanation so you'll understand the differences. So we use aluminum structures, fully welded, versus say steel or a stainless steel. Why? Because aluminum is just gonna last longer. So we go the extra mile. We want to make sure that when the homeowner comes in and moves, that there's nothing for them to worry about that they have to touch, fix, repair, or change. Why? Because we want you to move in and not have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
You know, come in. They might move in and the grill might already be on and ready for them. You know.
Which in this case it will be. So we got all all Somerset appliances in here. So we got a grill, we got a refrigerator, we got an ice maker, we got multiple items in here that is already going to be completed. We got granite countertops that are going in. So technically, even the gas is going to be already in here. So technically, you walk in, you can come straight to the barbecue and start grilling.
Which is an amazing, amazing, amazing thing.
Yeah.
I mean, what's another thing that we do out here in the back? We provide power, we provide lighting, we've got speakers outside, and what else?
The speakers outside, that's a cool thing that you mentioned. We got directional speakers outside that you can actually just direct to the house, towards the house, so you don't hear them. Even if you're throwing a party or you have a loud noise in here, your neighbors are not gonna hear it because it's directional. You know, it's throwing the sounds at a certain direction, which is another really cool feature that we take in consideration for the client and for our houses. And behind you got this beautiful pergola structure that goes all the way to above, and it goes down and it goes behind the grill area.
This came out amazing. You know, it's another feature that I think just we did knock this out of the park. I mean, our finishes, you know, our spacing, everything is just, I mean, it's
and in here, what do we got in here?
Oh man, this is probably your favorite place right here.
Oh, come on.
In addition.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll take a steak, you know, and stare at that view and a glass of wine. It looks good to me, you know. This area is beautiful. We got the view, and even if you point the camera at the pool, so we got the pool and then we got the spa, and that spa is gonna be it has a waterfall, so all the blue edges around the spa is gonna be throwing water into the pool. And then we got turf all around the pool with travertine, and then we got a little turf area towards the back in there. And this is if you have your kids, your toddlers, they're just playing or anything like that. They're there, you're sitting here, it's nice. It's a nice area. Now, technology about the pool and what's going on inside the pool. One, we got smart equipment, so you can connect it to your phone and you can have all the error messages or anything comes to you. Maintenance will come directly to your phone that you need to change a filter or something is clogged or something is going wrong. You already know from your phone. We got jets, and these in the hot tub there's different type of jets that you can do. There's a lot of different jets that spray the water in different direction in a different way. There's massage jets and all other kind of things that we can get into, but that's going to be another episode just dedicated to pool and pool equipment and jets as well.
Well, you know, you brought up a good point, but I do have a question to ask you. So your selection of materials back here, what makes this pool, and I know we're going to talk about that in more detail later on in another episode, but what makes the drainage on the outside of this pool?
I'll give you a sneak peek, Eddie.
Oh,
let's
do
go
it. Let's do it. One thing you're going to notice, or you may not notice until we kind of point it out, actually Laith is going to point it out, is our drainage system. You know, a lot of our Floridians or typically done in Florida, what type of drains do they use?
So usually what is typical around any pool that you'll see, it's a 3-inch or a 3.5-inch plastic channel. You know, they look bulky. We don't like them. We don't use them. We have a great alternative to that, and I would like to show you that.
Hey, FYI, this pool is almost ready for us to test, so we need to pick a day where we can come and make sure that it's tested.
Yeah, we gotta make sure that it works, right?
100%.
So this is our drainage system in here. These are very slick, very modern stainless steel drain. You see how slim it is? I mean, it's not bulky, it's not intrusive. It's very nice. I like it.
I mean, you almost tend to kind of forget they're even there in all aspects of reality. I mean, it's not as wide as how you said your typical plastic ones where I mean, to sore eye, those things just come out and kind of hit you in the face a little bit. These things are pretty concealed. you know, you'll know they're there the first time, but as you're walking back and forth, you're gonna forget they're there.
Correct, yeah. And that's what we try to do, like these serviceable areas and stuff like that, we try to keep them as sleek as possible so you don't see them. They're not standing out. Now, obviously we're pointing it out very obvious in here, but when you're just walking in here, you don't really see it. Now, behind you, Eddie, we talked about these palm trees, but these palm trees, we got very mature palm trees. I actually would show you these in here right behind us. These are very mature 15-year-old to 20-year-old trees. We had to bring them with machinery in here. But again, it gives you a lot of privacy. It gives you a lot of shade. And this is where we're standing right here is the turf area. So all this is gonna be turf, and around the pool is gonna be turf as well. And behind us where the palm trees are, we're gonna have a very unique stone, slate stone basically.
You know, Leif, you bring out a really good point. So why does Argent Home choose these mature trees over a regular tree that you may go pick up at Home Depot or maybe at a local nursery? Why these in particular?
Correct. So Eddie, as you know, I mean, we want the space to be usable from day one, like everything else we're doing in the house. So we want you, when you move in from day one, we want you to have the privacy. We don't want you to wait 5 or 6 or 7 years to get the trees to become as tall as these right now. We don't want that for our clients. We want you to come in, enjoy the space from day one, lay down here, enjoy a cocktail, and enjoy the space. Actually, since we were here and we were telling you that the house is progressing so fast, right? So we got, and here look at these 45-degree cuts, these miter cuts by this very talented gentleman.
Thank you.
Look at these cuts right here. Perfect cuts. You're never gonna see those in the industry. Craftsmanship by just smell. He's the guy.
And let's go into the garage area. We've got a few little areas where we like to point to you to include showing you the door and some of the features we have here.
So as you can see, number one, the height of the ceiling in here. This is huge. We can easily put 2 lifts in here, so you can convert this garage from a 2-car garage to a 4-car garage. Car guys like to have a lot of cars, and you can definitely add a couple of sports cars in here. Now let's talk a little bit about epoxy, Eddie. You even don't mind the mess in the garage. We got a lot of mess, but we got a lot of work going on.
Actually, the mess kind of works to our advantage right now. So when we explain the epoxy, it gives us a better understanding for the viewers. So we use top of the line epoxy. As you may not be able to clearly see it, but this floor is completely protected by oil, solvents, gas, fuel, anything that can possibly fall on this can be wiped off. It's hard to achieve that when you have a bare concrete, because concrete is pretty much porous. So you get an oil stain in concrete, it tends to want to stay there. You're not going to get marks here. But not only do we do the floor, we also do a 4-inch band kind of like around the entire garage, so that aesthetically it gives us a superior finished look. Don't mind the slide over. This garage still needs to be painted, so what we end up doing is we end up taping, giving ourselves a clean tape line, and then we end up painting up or painting down wherever necessary. But again, this epoxy is just, it's perfect pretty much. What do you think? Show us a little, there you go.
This epoxy right here, these are really cool chips in here. These are medium-sized chips, they're black. It's very nice finish. These are not your typical finishes. These are a high-end finish from the epoxy manufacturer that we can get as well. There's multiple colors we like to use. Usually we use this black, chip black. I like it a lot. Adds a lot to the design, especially when we have the black garage doors as well.
So one more question, Tad. If we were to say what color this is, what color is it?
Black.
Black?
Yeah.
It might not look like that in the video, but we may end up doing a little segment after the fact to show you the before and after. But this is a black finish, and it just looks gorgeous. I mean, it matches our door. I mean, how can we not forget this amazing door?
No, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. And I think this actually worked out better, like you were saying earlier, that now we have the mess in here. So next episode, when everything is going to be done, you're going to see that this floor has been protected and everything is going to be gorgeous with just simple white, basically.
Do you want to show them the door from the outside?
Yeah, so let's walk outside. Let's walk around the house and then we walk outside and see the door.
I know we're getting to the end of our amazing podcast for this week, but I would like to end it with you telling us what do you think about this door?
Well, I think it's one of the things that sells itself. I mean, this is a beautiful, gorgeous door. It's all glass in the middle with the sleek aluminum frame, so everything is continuous with the rest of the house. And you can also see these are all tinted, so you cannot really see through it, but it just looks a very simple but very elegant door, and it matches the house perfectly.
I think it's been a pleasure, shooting this week, specifically this project, because this project is so far ahead. With us being about 2 weeks out on finalizing it, I think this tends to show our viewers what Argen is really about. We do have other projects that are a lot bigger, but this one kind of hits close to home, and you've put your personal touches on it. Everything from cladding to re-choosing a few other designs. I think you kind of knocked this one out the park, and it's just an amazing home. This is the true definition of modern home. I know you guys may get tired of hearing me say modern home, but we need to understand that a lot of people may say modern, but this is really what modern is about: clean edges, flat roofs, massive windows, Florida ceiling windows, pivot doors. Those are things that you really don't see right now in the Florida / Tampa market, but you see with Argen Homes. It's kind of like our trademark now moving forward somewhat.
That's where we stand off. That's where we want to innovate. We want something different. We want to do something unique. As you know, our houses are one of one. We don't repeat the house. We build it once and that's it. We don't have to. When you sell it and a client comes in and they like it, that's it. You're not gonna drive around and see another one of these. It's a true piece of art.
I mean, again, and that's what makes Argen Homes different.
Correct.
It makes it different. You kind of already said everything that our users and anybody that's watching these videos, whether it be a user or another builder or whatever the case is, the true definition of modern home is here.
Correct.
This house is soon to be on the market, if I'm not correct, right? If I'm not mistaken, actually. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no, this house is going to be hitting the market in about 2 weeks. So we're going to do an open house, obviously. We're going to do a little party in here. We're going to have fun. We're going to thank the team. Obviously, this would never happen without the amazing team that we have. We have very talented people, very special people that have been working with us for years and years. I mean, some of these guys are on the field today. They've been here for 8 years, 9 years, So it definitely touches everybody's heart when the project is finished and when they come and they walk it. It's a very cozy feeling, let's say.
I think you're absolutely right. I mean, I've seen a lot of the guys; they're very dedicated to what they're doing. But my last question to you is: so a house of this significant and this magnitude, what's your build time?
So we try to keep these houses under 18 months between design and build, right? Sometimes it's a little bit harder when you have changes or things like that. It depends on the municipality that you're building in. Sometimes it takes a lot of prep work. Sometimes it takes a lot of working with the city. They have a lot of requirements. but sometimes it makes it easy, you know, and then we start digging the footers and we just go vertical. Now, obviously, a lot of the materials that we're using, like we mentioned in this podcast, is custom. A lot of it is unique. So a lot of these materials are actually out of stock. They don't put it in stock. A lot of these materials are custom made. So these things tend to delay us a little bit. But again, like windows, when in the last couple of years, it's been taking 6 months to get in, especially storefront windows that we use. So it really depends on how you manage the schedule, on how you manage the trades, on how you manage everything. But we're trying to keep it for under 18 months.
That is a super. I mean, I don't even. I'm short for words right now on how amazing that is for you to be able to build a house this detailed, you know, with the struggles of material within 18 months. That's actually amazing. You know,
well,
I've
that's because
seen,
we got a good team, and that's what
great.
it comes back to. It's not a one person effort. It's everything with the group that we have and the team that we have, and everybody's effort when they put it together and we work together as a group, we achieve things that are amazing that nobody by themselves can achieve. But when you put everybody's effort together, things magically happen.
I listen. I can't even add anymore. I think, you know, this is just amazing in reality. I mean, it's our gen really did knock this out the park. Like you said, you know, having multiple trades here like today. I mean, I know a lot of the viewers have seen different people in the background. We've got landscape guys here
while we were talking.
Correct. You know? We've got audio, video guys here. We've got pool guys here. We've got our own team, you know, walking around throughout. So I think it's key. It's key. You pointed out a lot of key features. You know, scheduling is key, and then having a knowledgeable team it's always helpful.
Well, thanks to everybody, and thanks for our team and for making this happen. But also thanks for our viewers that are looking in here. We're gonna see you again next Thursday at 2 p.m. This podcast is every Thursday at 2. It's going to be available on Facebook. It's going to be available on LinkedIn, Spotify, and iTunes as well. And you're also going to see some of these segments into our Instagram page that's going to be cut up for Reels as well. So thank you, Eddie. I really appreciate you.
Thank you, Leif. I appreciate you, and I appreciate working with you. And let's get the next project going.
Yes, let's do it.